During a congressional hearing, Senator Jeff Sessions was talking to Eric Holder about how Obama recently made comments about marijuana not necessarily being any worse for your health than alcohol is. Well, Senator Sessions is not happy about this. He has a very, very bad view of marijuana, and he wants to make sure that young people don't smoke it. So he had a really interesting way of getting his point across. Take a look.
I'm heartbroken to see what the president said just a few days ago. It's just stunning to me. I find it beyond comprehension. He said the following things about smoking marijuana. Quote, I view it as a bad habit and vice, not very different from the cigarettes I smoked as a young person. I don't think it's more dangerous than alcohol, he said. In fact, it's less dangerous than alcohol, quote, in terms of its impact on the individual consumer. Did the president conduct any medical or scientific survey before he waltzed into the New Yorker and opined contrary to the position of attorney generals and presidents universally prior to that? Lady Gaga said she's addicted to it and is not harmless. She's been addicted to it. Patrick Kennedy, former Congressman Kennedy, said the president is wrong on this subject. I just think it's a huge issue. I hope that you will talk with the president, you're close to him, and begin to push back or pull back from this position that I think is going to be adverse to the health of America.
There's so many things I love about that. First of all of a sudden, Lady Gaga is a renowned expert on this.
She is. She's addicted.
Yeah. The Republicans love Lady Gaga. They're like, wait, come on now. If Lady Gaga says you can be addicted, obviously you could be addicted. Is there a better source than Lady Gaga? Apparently she said on some interview that she smoked like 15, 16 times a day. I'll agree that that's a little too much.
Yeah, so on this whole issue of marijuana being addictive, it's not chemically addictive in the same way that like heroin is addictive, right? So there's that misconception, and I think that Senator Sessions in that video is comparing it to the same type of withdrawals that you would get if you were addicted to heroin and you stop using it. But some people do become a little dependent on it, but that's not to say that if they stop, they'd have like, you know, cold sweats and, you know.
So the second thing that I love is like, Obama's comments I find beyond comprehension. Dude, you got limited comprehension then. They were actually very clear. And he's like, does he have any studies? Yeah, there's a ton of studies that shows the damage that alcohol does, DUIs, let alone all the other ailments that are created by alcoholism, are far worse than the small number of people who might be dependent on marijuana. There's study after study after study. And he's like, oh, my small mind cannot comprehend it. Can someone help me? No, I can't help you. You got a limited mind. What can I do for you? So
during this congressional hearing, of course, they were having a broader conversation about legalizing marijuana for general use, right? But they were also, he was focusing more on children smoking marijuana, right? Hold on, I know, that's the thing. It kind of drives me crazy because no one, even the most avid marijuana advocates, want kids to smoke marijuana. We want regulations very similar to what we have with alcohol. No one has ever said, like, after Prohibition, no one said, like, all right, now we're allowing people to drink again. So let's let, like, the 5-year-old drink. No, just calm the hell down. We're going to have laws in place preventing that from happening.
You know what, though? That's an indication that they've lost.
Yes.
Because they can't make an argument against stopping adults from doing something that is clearly not that bad for you, right? Certainly not worse for you than alcohol is. Right? So since they've lost that argument, they go, what if a 3-year-old or a fetus or an unborn person smoked marijuana? But that's not what the law would be. That's not what it is in Colorado. That's not what it is in Washington. That's why O'Reilly used that argument, Nancy Grace used that argument, Pete Sessions used that argument, because they've run out of arguments. Because of course adults should be allowed to smoke it. And finally, it's funny how Republicans were outraged at Lady Gaga when she did her song Born This Way, that indicated that homosexuals were born gay and that they didn't have a choice. And then she was, oh, Lady Gaga, what does she know? She's a menace to society. Oh, she says she's addicted to marijuana. Everybody listen to Lady Gaga. She's got this thing figured out.
She knows what she's talking about. It's kind of like how the most religious people use the Bible, like they'll cherry pick. They'll pick certain parts of it that meet their current agenda, right? But anything that they don't like, they pretend like it doesn't exist.
By the way, Pete Sessions is in the House. Jeff Sessions was the Republican senator that you saw there. Yes, they are related. And the one good thing we get out of this story is that at least we've got Republicans quoting Lady Gaga,
Yes.
which I didn't think was going to happen. I thought hell would have to freeze over, or perhaps Atlanta, before that happened. Wait a minute.